Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back, KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently down 5.5% to 47,615. Ethereum down 5.86% to 37.97. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. It's a really interesting question. When you look at this heat map of crypto, how do you feel? You see all of that red. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Do you feel that you should be selling, for example, or do you feel you should be buying, or just sitting back? The institutional smart money mindset is very different from retail thinking. When smart money sees a red market, they lean in. It's like a Boxing Day sale. They really, really want to be there. It's really fascinating that sometimes people like to buy crypto when it's just exploding in price, but they want to run away from it when it's actually decreasing. Rule 391, buy like a customer. People can easily get caught in a cycle because when money's on the line, emotions can come in and defeat you. Just think about this. Bitcoin, or crypto, your beloved alt, goes up to the moon and then it starts retracing wildly, and many people can say it's going to zero, and then it shoots up, it's going to the moon again, and then it retraces. People say this all the time about Bitcoin. It's going to zero on a retracement, and it's going to the moon when it goes up. It's just literally moving in a wave, and that's what crypto does. That's rule 4. Price moves in waves. Knowing this can be a game changer. When you invest or trade in crypto, it's really good to use a shopkeeper analogy. You can think that you go out and you take your stock of money and you convert it into various beloved alts, and your beloved shop has your beloved alts, and they will come on sale for other people at some stage. Of course, you make an investment because you ultimately are going to sell at some stage. That's why Rule 138 is incredibly important. All investors become traders every time they buy or sell. An investor may hold on to a beloved bag of alts for a certain period of time. A trader may buy certain stock, convert their money into crypto, and then trade in and out of that in a relatively short period of time. But it can be up to a year. There are many, many different forms of trading, but investors and traders buy, investors and traders sell. When people are new at investing and trading, it's easy to get caught up in the hype cycle. And why does the hype cycle exist? It's literally because institutions are selling on the way up. That is what they must do. If institutions sold at one price level, they would basically tank the market, potentially. That's why they have to sell in layers on the way up. Institutions are not interested in tops or bottoms. They're always buying and selling and making a margin. They're very, very clever with what they do. When people, investors and traders, get more experience, they start to see these smart money footsteps in the market, and they seek to buy when price, for example, turns around. Beginning investors and traders can get caught at the top and sell at the bottom. That is what happens. It's just a normal part of action inside any market. But the problem is with crypto is incredibly volatile. As a community, we are not fazed by volatility. The up and down movements we use to our advantage. Rule 130, make volatility your best friend. Our resident artist, Nick, from Tales from the Man Cave, what an incredibly talented individual. He created the Ken Man. What this is all about is our community's focus on buying the falling knife. We love falling knives. That's the absolute best place to get in. We're not interested in getting in at the top or around the top. We want to buy these long tail rejections. The redder, the better. It's all about actually rewiring your mindset. Thank you, Nick. You're such a talent. Many people, when they get into crypto, they see incredible percentage returns over many different years, and they say, it's guaranteed. I'm certain it will go up. I don't have to worry. I just put the money in and it'll double, triple, quadruple, go up 10x, 500x. I'm going to be able to retire. It's going to be so great. Unfortunately, what these influencers out there don't tell you is volatility is to the downside as well. For example, going back to the previous bull run, we saw, of course, very good percentage increases, but that is to be expected. What people have trouble with is the 20, 30, 40, even 50% reductions in price. Now pay attention to this. This is Bitcoin. Ow! What about the beloved alts? The beloved alts have gearing factors in between Bitcoin and that particular alt. For example, let's look at Bitcoin's reduction. It's been about 9.17% down, but have a look at Luna's reduction in price. It's been nearly 20%. This is the relationship between Bitcoin and the alts. It's one that we have to bear a lot of witness to. If we don't understand this correlation, your account can get wrecked. That's why Rule 45 is so important. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. As a community, we pay attention to the direction and the directional bias of Bitcoin. That helps us time our entries and our exits with our beloved alts. I developed KS Zone analysis to help our community cope with the incredible volatility. These are the 4 stages that all investors and traders progress through to become consistently profitable and attain real wealth. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are all about an addiction to certainty. People feel that things will be certain, that if they want the price to go up, it must go up. Price does its own thing. It can move in 3 directions. It's really important as a professional to make in advance probabilistic choices. This is one I always bring out because it's really important for your mindset and to rewire your mind. So many influencers out there say it's going up or it's going down. In truth, it's just all volatility. We just need to pay attention and prepare for if it, for example, goes up exponentially, what will you do? If it goes down, what will you do? And if it goes sideways, what will you do? The light switch effect is very common inside Zone 1 and Zone 2. Many times, people new to the crypto market, when they see red like this, they basically freak out and say, I'm all out, I'm all out. That's called light switching, and the same happens in reverse for FOMO, fear of missing out. When everything goes green, people say, I'm missing out, I need to get in, and they'll buy at really high prices. In fact, we know price is always moving in a wave, and the redder, the better. That's the time to come in. Like days like today, I am buying. But how do we buy? We actually set our limit orders inside the market, just patiently waiting to get filled. That's all about Zone 3. It does take a lot of patience and a lot of rules. I covered these rules in the masterclass. Having patience and rules is critical. Moving away from certainty into probability is also absolutely critical to master the markets and to master yourself as well. Who would ever believe that crypto technical analysis could give people such a beautiful quality of life by actually addressing things like anxiety and panic and fear and anger? For example, when people get into Zone 2, they've expected the price to do something very specific. It hasn't done that. It's just doing what price does, going up and down in waves. That some people, when they reach Zone 2, can get really angry with other people. But as soon as they become independent, they have understanding and they have patience, and especially forgiveness, not for other people, but for themselves. If you could pick Tats Lotto numbers or lottery numbers or you could pick what number the the ball will go on a roulette table. Wow, you don't need to do anything. But no one exists like that. What we need to do is just use probability. I'd just like to let you know that the masterclass has 3 days to go before the foundation memberships close forever. If you would like to get involved with the masterclass, you can reach out and contact me at kstandf@gmail.com. Thank you to Badger, who just did a little bit of feedback, which was really nice. The masterclass is the best money you can spend in crypto. This knowledge will save you from many future losses. At this point, it's a giveaway. What you learn is applicable right away, and you can make back the cost rather quickly. Thank you, Badger. Jason said he's up at 4 a.m. every morning. The masterclass is super practical, easy to understand clip by clip. He doesn't want to skip anything, and that's the key in the masterclass. For many years, I lectured first and second year statistics. I understand how knowledge foundations need to be laid, and Jason says it so beautifully. You need each one to build up the foundations, just like building a house from the ground up. Absolutely beautiful, and it's exactly correct. You can put a knowledge skyscraper on powerful foundations, strong foundations, but if people whip ahead, they're actually shortchanging themselves. Thank you to John also. Ken, the masterclass is absolutely brilliant, exactly what I was looking for. I had a fairly good knowledge of crypto, or I thought I did, until I started the course, enjoying every knowledge gem. Thanks so much, John. There's a little bit more to our community as well. We have absolutely beautiful people, very, very supportive, very kind and caring. Flamingo, very amazing community member. All community members are amazing. Flamingo said, the masterclass is excellent. What a valuable resource. And wishing real wealth to everyone. I love that quote. It's so true. Our community all bands together to lift each other up. It's a family. It's more than a community. And from Cass, thank you, Cass. Really enjoying the masterclass. There's only 3 days to go, so if you want to lock in your foundation membership discount of 90% off, please reach out and email me. I don't want anyone to miss out that wants to be involved. Rule 774, master yourself to master the market. Crypto technical analysts understand money, and they understand riches and wealth and so many other things. That's all part of the real wealth section of the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Having real wealth is a focus of our community. Creating and maintaining a positive excellence life trend is our focus. Having kindness, decency, integrity, authenticity, inner and outer peace, as well as money is the focus. So many people can have a lot of money, but if they don't have the components of real wealth, they feel really, really empty. There's no reason to feel empty if you have wealth. What we want to do is feel happy, and happiness is paved on the roadway to real wealth. I'd also like to let you know that Foundation members have 4 years access to the Masterclass. The Masterclass is constantly updated to reflect what is happening in the market at the moment. It's not a static thing. Non-Foundation members will get 2 years access. The Foundation membership status is really, really significant. I'll reach out to all the Foundation members in January of next year and let you know just how exactly phenomenal it is. Looking at the KS model, which is a crypto technical trading model based on institutional price psychology, we can see that we're just under this blue line. That's a line of resistance. However, we've also passed across an area of resistance above that. We can see the relative strength has moved to the other side. Crypto is starting to gain momentum. We know all price moves in waves, and I've been suggesting for a couple of days that a technical violation would be likely. We've just seen one. And it's a fantastic thing for us, for the community. We get to actually buy at cheaper prices. Please keep your eye on this red band. What it does over time is it supports price. You remember the COVID crisis and the US liquidity crisis that happened in May. Look at this in March. Look at this. It came down all the way, hit the red band and bounced. What about capitulation in the bear market? It did the same thing. If we look here, this red line is a very, very important line. When a lot of people say crypto is going to go to zero, they don't understand what crypto is. Crypto is the ownership layer of Web 3.0. Now, what is this green band along the top? What does that do? We can see that we get an exponential blow off top when price gets above the green band. We saw it in the last bull market cycle and the previous one also. That is what we're looking for. 219 days ago, I wrote this article, the KS model predicting Bitcoin at 486,000 by May 25th, 2022. The link for that article is in the description of this video. I still stand by that. The 25th of May 2022, we would expect to see the cycle peak for this particular cycle. There have been a number of black swan events that have actually curtailed Bitcoin's price and impacted the crypto market, but I believe these issues are going to be resolved very soon, and we're going to make our way up to the 25th of May 2022 blow off top. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin and see how it's going. What we saw in yesterday's episode was this resistance line. We did manage to get above it, but it got rejected. It came into resistance and pinged down. It's still basically in no man's land. It's in this gray box. It's just trying to figure out where it's going, but it has downward support at its current price level of around 47,800. It's not into the red area just yet. And I use KS 3-color analysis to help people understand more practically what is actually price doing. Price can wander around all over the place, and it's really good to have some kind of perspective. Is it on the way up? Is it just undecided? Is it on the way down? Our community makes volatility our best friend. What does that actually mean? It means that we have buy orders seriously lower than the current price. We're seeking to capture these long tail rejections. It is possible for price to come down, for example, to around the 37,406 mark. And institutions love doing stuff like this. They've done it 4 times before in this probable pattern. Just be aware that this could happen. I would also warn anybody going short, please be careful. This is a market run by professionals, and you may be a professional as well. And if you're going short, I hope you have a lot of experience, because when people without experience go short, they generally lose their accounts. Unless you're a professional, please stay away from any derivatives. What we're seeing at the moment is we're basically in the I don't know where I'm going zone of price. And that's actually quite good. Even though we had a bit of a sell-off, we always anticipated that technical violations could occur. The markets do not reward certainty, and they're always moving in a wave. We've still got a really good structure at play here. No technicals have been violated in the true sense of the word. This is still a good pattern. When I talk about technical violations, they're emotional technical violations. They're smart money movements designed to shake out people from positions. The institutions always want to buy at a lower price, and they've got a lot of money. They're sitting at specific levels waiting to be filled. They're just like our community. We all have an institution of one mindset, or on the way to creating that. As a community, we expect these emotional technical violations to shake people out of their particular positions. It's really unfortunate, but it happens so often because so many influencers come into the market with eyes and exploding out of their heads and mouths open and saying sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. It's pretty crazy stuff, but very few influencers actually tell people what is going on. Your first line of defense is always making three-way decisions. What does that mean? If price comes down into this red zone, what will you do? If price just bubbles along this gray zone, what will you do? If price shoots up into this green zone, what will you do? Having those decisions made ahead of time will help you to sleep really, really well at night. Let's have a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. What we see is there's a lot more fear in the market right now, and we of course anticipate that because the market has turned red. But in fact, if we look across the past, these were the perfect times to buy, and that's exactly what professional investors and professional traders do. We buy fear. A Masterclass community member reached out and said btctools.io is an extremely good fear and greed indicator which updates 3 times per day. Thank you, my friend. That's very nice of you to share. What we can see here, and we can see that it's more current than the other one. For example, this is from alternative.me. The next update is in around 22.5 hours. The btctools.io is updating in around 6.5 hours. It's really great. It's a beautiful community. Everybody cares for each other. Let's have a look at the 3-month. What we're seeing here is when fear leaves the market, extreme fear is around here, these red areas. They're absolutely what we want to buy. We can see that price is just coming down. Fear is just entering the market. We may have a little bit more to go, and that is fine because we know what we're doing. We have that smart money mindset. We know the difference between a 50% fall and just recovering price is 100% gain. Hang on a sec, Ken, what are you talking about? Ooh, let's go and have a look. Let's drill into Bitcoin. We saw, for example, from around the 13th of April, we had a very, very steep sell-off, and that occurred in 35 days. Now, this was around a 53.71% drop. What happens, for example, when money or the price comes back up? Actually, we see a greater than 100% gain. That's why we have a 10-5-10 volatility fund, where we put a portion of the money of our portfolio into catching these long tail rejections and accumulating down the bottom here as much as we can. If something decreases 50% and then it just comes back to the price it used to be, that's actually an increase of 100%. What I'm doing here is just showing you what actually happened with Bitcoin's price. It can take a little bit of time for things to improve and repair, but institutions know this. They're mathematicians. They actually want the price to go down. That is why price is negatively biased, because when you buy when price is going down, any upticks will actually create a greater percentage gain. Institutions know this. That's why they do it. It's this very fact that makes us not afraid of negative price momentum. In fact, it's the best thing on the planet. That's why volatility is our best friend. Literally, it can make the difference. So now we know that buying extreme fear is a fantastic dollar cost averaging strategy. And it's also really good to check the stock market. When we look at the VIX, the fear gauge of the S&P 500, we can see the fear is a little bit lower and it's just bubbling around here at the moment. But have a look at the NASDAQ 100. It's actually cleared resistance. This is very, very strong stuff. We expected that there could be a little bit of a pullback here because that's reasonably solid resistance. But we've seen another upshoot like this. Very impressive. There's a lot of money in the system and it wants to increase. We can see oil has rebounded from its once resistance line, turned it to support, and is bounding upwards. The key for us, bond prices are still under resistance. Bond yields are coming up. That's good for the crypto market. I share all of these charts with the masterclass students. We can see gold. Gold is making its way up, but it's doing its wave of behavior, and that's what we know. Price moves in waves. The US dollar currency index is just sticking around its current support level. You might be curious, what is this blue line in the chart? That's Bitcoin's price. We call it Bitcoin's fingerprint. It's really good to understand what Bitcoin's fingerprint is doing relative to major indices. Just having a quick look at transportation, we can see the transportation indices all improving. We can also see the 5-year and 10-year break-even inflation rate starting to increase as well. Looking at the Indian market, we can see Bitcoin is just doing what Bitcoin is doing globally. Nothing to see here. Okay, let's have a look at the Chinese property market sentiment. I also shared this with the masterclass. Let's zoom in here and figure out what is going on. When we look at this chart, what we're actually saying is that Evergrande, Fantasia, Cynic, Greenland, Kaiser, Country Garden, and Vanke have over $1 trillion in net debt. What is the stock market doing with the prices and the market value of these companies? Are they falling off a cliff and not coming back to life? Or, for example, is the Chinese Communist Party, the Chinese government, stepping in to save these companies? As the masterclass students already have this chart, we can see that, for example, I got this little thing here for you. Blue is Evergrande. It's starting to repair price-wise. What does that mean? A bailout is coming. Very, very good to understand what is happening inside the price momentum. You can read a lot of news headlines and you can be very, very fooled by it because institutions use headlines to create fear of missing out and fear, uncertainty, and doubt. We just cut through all that waffle and go straight to the source, and we can tell what the news is, the real news. This is really great news for the world because the Chinese property market could have caused a lot of problems internationally. We can see that the stock prices of these particular Chinese property market development companies is starting to bottom out and starting to increase. This is an excellent sign. Just pulling it all together, when we look across all the various things, we see a very, very healthy market. We don't see a market that's about to implode. If it was about to implode, we would see rapid increases in fear off the charts. We would see bond prices going parabolically up, yields collapsing. We would see gold starting to rally. We would see all sorts of things, which simply not seeing any of them right now. That's why it's incredibly important to have context about what you're looking at. So many people inside the crypto market just look at their beloved alts. They don't even look at Bitcoin, and they don't look at the major cryptos, and they wonder what's happening to their beloved alt. Why is it going down? Why is it going up? It's going up and down for seemingly no reason. Bitcoin's gravity always plays out on your beloved alts, always. It's true that a specific crypto could actually escape Bitcoin's gravity. It could go up when Bitcoin is going down. Absolutely, that does happen, but not for long. It's really interesting. When we were doing this yesterday, we put various support and resistance levels above these particular charts. We can see Ethereum has basically come back into its support level. You can see how powerful this method of thinking is. The smart money mindset is literally worth its weight in gold. And what's also fascinating is price yesterday looked like it was going to rally up. And we said, well, there's probably going to be an emotional technical violation occur as smart money tries to liquidate specific positions to buy back at a lower price. And that's what we've seen. It's very, very good to think this way. When you think from a smart money mindset, you save yourself so much money. For example, one really good thing to point out, we saw Luna going absolutely crazy, and we said, please don't FOMO into Luna. we're looking at specific levels to buy. For example, 85.62, 71.28, 60.82, and we've already had a fill on 85.62. That's nearly a 20% drop below price. This is why rules and patience is so incredibly important. So many people would miss out on something like this because they would think, I'm never going to get in, it's going up, go all in and more. And that is not the way to think about crypto. Crypto is incredibly volatile. It can pull up and pull back and pull up again in a matter of days or hours, predominantly hours. For example, if you had to put $1,000 in here at the top and it reduced 20%, you'd be on a $200 loss already. But our community seeks to buy under the rules of patience and volatility. You'd be on a 0% loss. Actually, you would have made some money already. Binance Coin was also doing really well yesterday, and we said this level of support at 529.20. Let's just have a quick look. We can see price just literally slurped up that 529.20 level, but don't forget, just before it was at 572. A lot of times these levels seem incredibly low, but that is all because of crypto's volatility. We know how to work the volatility. We can also see that Solana has come back to that particular support. It could go lower, and this is the other thing to realize. Don't ever worry about buying the low, the bottom. You can never know when it's in. Buy in layers at support. That is the critical thing. What we can see with Cardano, it's got a little bit of a ways to go until it reaches its resistance around the 1663 level. It could go back to 1262 or even 1088. A lot of times what happens in crypto is that the institutions want to call the shorts in. They want them to enter the market, and the shorts are very, very intelligent people because they have unlimited loss potential. Their accounts can absolutely get wiped out, and for that reason the shorts need to really, really be serious about what they're doing. They need certainty, but we know crypto doesn't reward certainty. Let's have a look at the next day. We can see Doge is still above support. We can see AVAX coming into a support line. Could be an interesting opportunity around 99.85. SHIB is coming back to support as well. Matic has been doing really well. Potential levels of support 250 and 1934. There's a few more below as well. Let's have a look at Litecoin, still under resistance, as is Uni. Algo is still under resistance as well, as is Chainlink. Let's have a look at the next date. We can see Bitcoin Cash under resistance, as is Tron. Decentraland is coming back to support. Potential support levels at 321.53, 295.25, and 258.45. Axie Infinity is also coming back to support, just a little bit under, just wobbling around a bit, but 97.06, 77.37, 61.50. We always understand how Bitcoin's fingerprint impacts all of these alts. It's a really important thing to understand. Stellar is still under resistance. VET is also under resistance. Cosmos Atom has bounced from its resistance line downwards. Could be interesting to watch what happens with Cosmos. FTX token still under resistance. Let's have a look at the next date. We can see EGLD has come back to support. ICP and File are heavily under resistance. Sand is doing strongly, nearly back to that particular support level that we're looking at, but not quite yet. That's at 557.51. Current price is 604.82. We can see H-bar just below, well, it's below its resistance levels above. We can see Theta almost coming back to the support line that we put in at 4.857. Ethereum Classic still heavily under resistance. It's really interesting to look at near. Near, that's about a 20% fall and probably about 24, maybe 24%. So down to 12,552 as a support level. It's fascinating that yesterday when we took the video, it was around $16.30. So think about that. From $16.30, it's come down to under $13.50, and it potentially could take out that 12,552 level. That's why we say never FOMO. You don't miss out. All of crypto moves in a wave, and all of these things really add up. Okay, just looking at that drop, that's about 23.88% away. If you think about it from this perspective, when you actually buy effectively, you can save so many dollars. Because can you imagine up here, if you bought this for $1,000, it's already come down 20 odd percent. You've just lost 200. If you do that across many cryptos, you can see how you can be out of pocket very, very quickly. It all escalates and accumulates. Looking at some community favorites, we can see VRA is still under resistance. Icon is just going for it. Well done, Icon. Absolutely great. IOTA has broken above that resistance, turned it to support. It's keeping on going. Well done. That's going to make quite a number of people happy inside the community. DGB is still under resistance. Stacks coming back to support. RLC still under resistance. TRB is in quite a bit of trouble at the moment. That's what I look at TRB as trouble. Poor TRB. Get out of trouble. Cartesi is just doing what Cartesi does, just waving up and down. It looks to be heading towards that support level at 65.26. But Cartesi is very, very explosive. It can put on 100% within a couple of hours. I'd like to thank the very kind and generous community members who've reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/CryptoTradingKS. Thanks so much, everyone. I'd like to especially thank Rudy for his very kind words and extreme generosity. I'll just read this out to you. Dear Ken, started my deep dive into the masterclass this week. First abstract, the structure and content is really one fits all. I'm not new to trading, but I've avoided technical analysis for a very long time. Why? I collected all kinds of TA resources and put them together in OneNote, approximately 40 pages so far. But then I had now glue how to combine all these informations together and where to get started with it. The masterclass will provide you access to all you need to know in a super logical and structured way. One thing that is probably an advantage with the masterclass, coming from a background of being a first and second year statistics lecturer, I know how to actually present and structure information. Also, I spent many years dissecting the learning process because I wanted my students to do really, really well in life. So I taught them exponential learning. So I've incorporated that into the masterclass. Okay, on with what Rudy is saying. Furthermore, Ken breaks down all his high-level knowledge in each section, which suits all kind of traders, beginners to experienced, in my opinion. His concept to include combined trading psychology with humanity makes him one of a kind, and this reflects on his community, the KS family. Thanks so much, Rudy. We have an incredible community. Chapeau Ken, which means respect. Thank you, Rudy. That's very nice. And thank you so much for sharing and the tremendous amount of energy you put in. Rudy, to the KS family, I want to offer a USDT $250 giveaway to one person who likes to subscribe to the masterclass till the end of the year, but having financial issues to do so. How incredibly beautiful. Thanks so much, Rudy. That's really lovely. Just send me a direct message on Twitter at DannerRudy, at DANNER Rudy, RUDI, saying masterclass and your USDT address. No need to follow or explain yourself. That's so you, Rudy. He's a very lovely person. You will know yourself when it's right to apply. I will randomly pick one person and send them 250 USDT by the 30th of December 2021. Good luck, and stay safe, family. What a beautiful thing. This is the caliber of our community. They are incredibly decent and loving and kind people. I would just like to add something to Rudy's comment here. If you want to take up Rudy, please make sure that you are absolutely dedicated to putting in the effort of the masterclass. The masterclass is the Rolls-Royce of crypto technical analysis and can not only change your financial fortunes, but can actually change your life as well. The real wealth section covers the hidden rules to riches and wealth. And it's really important that if you actually take Rudy up on his offer, that you are very, very committed to putting in the effort that the masterclass actually requires. It does require effort. Everything that is advantageous in life requires effort, and things that are easily done often don't create that much value. What I'm doing inside the masterclass is sharing 30 years of experience, and what I want to do is to help you to do what I do. That's why I'm sharing everything with everyone. Please, if you want to take up Rudy's very, very kind offer, make sure that you are 100% committed. Thank you, Rudy. That's such a very, very beautiful thing for you to do. If you would like to get involved with the masterclass, the foundation membership discount of 90% off ends on the 31st of December. Just reach out to me if you would like to take that up at kstandf@gmail.com. I don't want anyone to miss out who wants to be involved. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know if you have any questions. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care. Have a great holiday season and see you next time. Bye for now.